Hi, I'm recording this video for a demo of React Calculator project for React Skill Test 1. So here's the problem statement. It's just to implement a calculator with add, multiply, subtract, divide, clear, and equals button. And yeah, so here I have implemented the same. Here all the buttons, all the numerical buttons are implemented, and then there's a clear button. And all the arithmetics in this calculator works like 1 plus 2 equals 3, and then 3 into 4 equals 12 by 9 equals 1.3, and all the edge cases like divide by 0 is handled here. And then again, other than divide by 0, the case of invalid expression is also handled here. Like invalid expression like 2 plus 2 is an invalid expression. If you try to evaluate this would give a result invalid expression. All the buttons are working, and now let's jump to the code. So here's the code. So here's the app component. Basically the app starts from index.js, where we are rendering app component. Inside the app component, we are rendering three components: screen, number buttons, and the operator section. Like this is the screen of the calculator, then the number button, and then the operators in the calculator. Yeah. So here inside the screen, we are basically having an input tag. That input tag is being handled by the functions defined in the app.js file, which I'm passing through the props. Here both the change using the buttons and change using the key press is handled. Like if I want to do 1 plus 2 using keyboard, then this would also work. And if I want to do 1 plus 2 using the buttons, that would also work. So both of these has been handled here in the screen components input tag. Other than screen component, we have number buttons. So the number button component have basically total nine number buttons, and then a 0 button, and then a clear button. So the clear button and 0 button have been handled separately for applying different styles to it. And then the 9 buttons are being rendered here by traversing on an array containing the 9 numbers, and then that traversal is returning the 9 components, rendering the 9 components. Here the style on the 0 button is being applied here with the styles object inside the number button component, and other styles of the number buttons are being applied through this CSS file, number button.css. And then there's an operator component in JS. The operator component have all the operator buttons: plus, minus, multiply, divide, and equal to. The styles have been implemented here inside the operator .css file, and some specific styles have been implemented in the style object. Other than that, basically what we want to do that when we click the button, the input gets handled. The input is being handled here by the handle input button. Yeah, so I was saying that the handle input button function is also being passed here as a props. So in that .js, handle input button function is basically what we are doing. Firstly, we are doing a state check. By state check, I mean that if there is a cannot divide by 0 or invalid expression message in the input box, then it would get clear using the clear function. Like when there is a divide by 0 message in the cannot divide by 0 message in the basically the input box, and we start to input some other number, then as soon as we input some other number, the extra message that was there is gone. So that has been implemented here in the state check, and using the state check and the clear function. Now here we are checking for two things: equal and clear. If the clear button is clicked, we are simply calling the clear function. If the equal button is clicked, then we are calling the evaluate expression function. That is that whatever expression is in the input box, it would get evaluated, and the result would be displayed here. And if the input using the buttons is basically a number or operator, then it would simply get added into the state, which state will be updated here in the input box. And then handle input keyboard, we are simply handling the enter button, and rest is being handled basically by what the value we are inputting in the input box. We are updating the state with that. And the evaluate expression function is basically calling the evaluate function, which is here in this infix evaluation.js file. So whatever the expression that we are entering is an infix expression that is needed to be converted into postfix and then evaluated. And also that expression is needed to be checked if the expression is valid or not, and also divide by 0. All those things are being handled in this infix evaluation JavaScript file, which is being imported here in the app.js component file here. And we are using the use state function for using the state feature, use state hook for using the state feature in the function component. Yeah, so this is how this application was implemented, and yeah, as you can see, all the features are working. Thank you.